Yeah, what's up? Triple B Base Boxing Basement. Please hit the like to keep those haters away. Yeah, so there's rumors that are blowing up. Rumors in boxing. So June the 1st is Artur Beterbiev, Dmitry Bivol in Saudi. But, strangely it's not in the box rate schedule. But allegedly it's been made. And now there are rumors. There are rumors that Daniel Dubois, right, and Filip Hrgovic are going to meet on June the 1st in Saudi Arabia. This is Hrgovic's coach, Ronnie Shields, has said that, and it's been quoted a bit on Twitter. Shields says, we found out that Hrgovic is going to be fighting on June the 1st, and it's possibly going to be against Daniel Dubois in Saudi Arabia. So everyone's got all excited about this fight. I mean, it's a bit weird. Like, about a week before, the rumor was Deontay Wilder would fight Dubois, right? I mean, to be honest, they're both quite interesting fights. Wilder, despite, looking poor against Parker, just didn't look that bothered. Yeah, it's always going to be dangerous. It's still an interesting fight. With a hard punching Wilder against Daniel Dubois, renowned likelihood of quitting. Yeah, he loves to quit. Dubois, he quit against Joe Joyce. He quit against Usyk, who barely landed a shot in the finishing sequence. He was going to quit against Kevin Lerena. He went down 3 times and took 3 BLM-style knees in 1 round from 1 punch. But, Dubois, he's beaten Jarrell Miller, so he's only 1 fight away, from being important in the heavyweight division again. 1 decent fight. And Dubois getting rid of Miller has now made him, a bit of a contender. What would happen in the Wilder fight? Well, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Wilder would eventually land on Dubois, and Dubois would quit. The one thing Wilder has got is, people worried about his chin early on, said it wasn't any good, but I never got that impression. He's been over a few times. Obviously, he's been ironed out by Tyson Fury, but one thing is, he's gutsy, he's game. When he's on form, and he didn't look right in the Joe Parker fight. I think it was a payday issue. He may have given up, right? On boxing, he might have enough money. He might have taken his foot off the pedal. But I would still think he would land at some stage on Dubois and make him quit. But I don't expect that to happen. More likely is the Filip Hrgovic vs Daniel Dubois fight. And that is another interesting fight. Hrgovic is flattered to deceive. There's been talk about him being heavyweight great since he was 19, when he went down David Gay's gym and gave a good account of himself against Wilder and Hay. But, he's looked sloppy in big wins and big contests. McKean, Dempsey McKean, which he didn't look great in. He looks tired often. Gassed. Zhilei Zhang, some thought Zhang should have won. But there's still something there. I just think he needs the right fight. He needs to get motivated, And if he does fight, Daniel Dubois is likely to be for the IBF championship. Everyone is predicting, right, that when Usyk fights his Tyson Fury, after that fight, which is weird, they will fight for all the marbles, as Adam Smith seems to have coined it. Such a cringe expression. All the marbles. Yeah, they'll fight for all the belts. And then IBF will probably strip Tyson again. They did it before when Tyson fought Vladimir Klitschko. He stripped him, I think, within a week or 2. Yeah. And they'll give... Yeah, the thoughts was, well, they'll do Joshua if he's Hrgovic for the IBF title, because that's going to make big money for the IBF, right? It's going to make big money because you get a portion, don't you? Sanctioning fees, you get a portion, don't you? Of the purse. So obviously, the bigger the fight, the more money the fighters are making, and they've got to pay a percentage of all their earnings. The pay-per-view, the purse, all that kind of stuff. So they make more money. So you'd think the IBF would prefer to sanction the Joshua vs Hrgovic vacant IBF fight, because that would surely make more money. But you know, when it comes to Saudi and dishing out money, who knows? Who knows? And we'll see what happens. But what would happen in a fight, Hrgovic, I believe, would destroy Dubois. I mean, Dubois would give problems. He still punches hard, right? And he's young, and energetic. But he has a propensity to quit. And once you quit, it's easier to quit again. And Hrgovic, for all his failings, he can look sloppy. He can look unmotivated. He can look lazy, unfit. He's got a solid chin. Yeah, he hits fairly hard, and he can be. He'll keep going. He'll keep going. He'll be a bit relentless. His work rate isn't all that, but yeah, I would think that he would stop Dubois in about round 10. Dubois would quit again. He'd hit Hrgovic with some good shots, some nice shots, and Hrgovic, yeah, you field him. He'd probably take them, okay, but field him, and he'd eventually, as you know what they say, fatigue makes a coward of all of us, and Dubois a coward anyway. So once the fatigue starts kicking in, right, the cowardice will start kicking in, yeah, like it did against Usyk. Arguably the low blow stuff, blah, blah. It was definitely a low blow. Did Usyk milk it and the ref possibly, but it was still an illegal shot. Dubois knew it. But rather than press, right? I mean, Dubois knew it was a low blow. You can see by his reaction, but, he didn't try and press. He was already getting a little bit frustrated. And then a couple of rounds later, he's getting tired. And he starts taking knees from jabs, and this is what will happen with Hrgovic fighting again. Hrgovic is a lot bigger than Usyk and hits harder. Yes, he's not as talented, obviously, but he's a more solid heavyweight. I think he's about, he'll weigh about 250 pounds, right? He'll weigh about 250 pounds. In fact, touch on the 245. I mean, Dubois will be about the same weight. Dubois is usually about 240, so they'll be around the same weight. Two big lumps. And interestingly, you would say Daniel Dubois has got the edge in power. Only one of his fights has gone the distance. Yeah, but Dubois only gone the distance against Kevin Johnson, the lifelong journeyman. Hrgovic, Hrgovic has gone the distance more. Also against Kevin Johnson and the Big Bang. So that's no disgrace, the Big Bang. And Sean Big Sexy Turner, really. But he's a decent, solid puncher as well. I give the edge to Dubois. But obviously I give the edge by far in terms of courage and strength and chin to Hrgovic. Because Dubois will always be a quitter. Yeah? And really he wants to be picking mangoes and nutmegs and helping, the professional fishermen bringing their catch, hauling their boats, hanging out at the local beachside bar in Granada. He's allowed one beer. Any more than that, he gets a bit funny with women, and he's generally a very light guy on Granada. He does odd jobs. That's what his life could have been. Instead, he's been pushed into the heavyweight title arena, which is fine. He'll make some cash money, but he should retire to Granada. He's been there. He liked it. Looked at monkeys, looked at mangoes. He's got a new girl, an actual girl that hasn't got a Corey, like his old Brazilian girl that had the Corey. Yeah. And, I mean, I think, should this happen, and, these are rumours. This is Ronnie Shields. This is Hrgovic's trainer, right? Should this happen, that's not a bad fight for the IBF title. I mean, I'd rather see Gage Hrgovic. But I believe Hrgovic will stop Dubois in the later rounds, 9, 10, something like that. Dubois will quit again. Once a quitter, always a quitter. But let's see what happens, man. These are rumours at present. And that's what boxing, until Turki Al-Sheikh started putting on all the big fights, boxing was being driven largely by rumours and fights that didn't happen. So, whatever. I mean, it's curious, isn't it, that the IBF would take away, they're already announcing, or at least people around boxing are already announcing, the IBF will take away their title from the winner of Usyk, Tyson Fury, okay, which I think is going to be Fury on points by fair or foul means. But, imagine that, just planning to take it away so they can give it to the winner of a lesser deserving fighters. Well, Hrgovic has obviously been a mandatory for so long. He deserves his shot, right? He deserves his shot, that's for sure. But, you know, that's modern boxing. Politics, innit? Politics and money. But, yeah, I think Hrgovic will make Dubois quit. Take the BLM knee in rounds 9 or 10.